Howdy, howdy, howdy! Hello, everybody! Wow, technology works. I'm excited, and my devices are charged up. Hello, Instagram. Hello, YouTube. Let me see what I got here. I got a lot of comments already. Holy smokes. Okay. So, before I read all your comments, slow down on the comments because I want to be able to catch up. I give you guys hearts. This is really unfortunate. I'm going to rotate Instagram because your comments are coming sideways. I apologize, guys. Okay. See? Technology, man. So before you give me comments, I'm just letting you know. I promised you guys a live stream a while ago, and I think you know from when we got canceled, when the shaving cream goes down with me, I usually need a little bit of time to process, and this took a little more time than just our show getting canceled. So I needed to figure out what was going on, how I felt about it, and what we wanted to talk about. Love you too, Luna. Thank you. And I still owe you a song. You know what? I take your challenge. So, and you will see what happens with that. So I wanted to talk about everything that's going on. I wanted to talk about you guys. I wanted to see what you guys wanted to talk about, and give you the lowdown about everything that I know. A lot's been going on in the world, and I think I'm kind of the opinion that we all got to do our part in this new system that we're in. A lot of things have been canceled and changed. A lot of things got brought down, and we're entertainers. So as much as I am very powerfully and passionately behind the first liners, the people who are at the front lines, my brother, my family are there. They're all doing their jobs, and I want to do my job, and that's to keep you guys occupied and entertained while we're going through all this. So I had some stuff I wanted to talk about, things that I noticed that I thought were awesome. Let me just see here. Oh, my buddy Greg Grunberg. I don't know if you guys know Greg Grunberg. He's streaming right now. He's doing his own thing, and I think they're going to be streaming Rogue One. So I found out that he was streaming same time as me, so I just wanted to see what he was doing. That's pretty cool. Maybe I'm going to do that. Would you guys like that? To do like a live watch of The Expanse? Maybe binge watch all the seasons and comment like this while we're doing it. The reason I'm rolling around right now is because I'm on a ball. I ordered one of these things. Let's see. It's a yoga ball wrapped in felt. It's very comfortable, good for your back, and it lets me bounce around. I don't know why I'm telling you that. Okay, so now I'm going to get to the comments and see where we're at. Let's start on YouTube. Here we go. Woo, PST, EST, yeah, we know where we're at. Weeds foul up the air filters. Wait, time, okie dicky, see you all then. Tonic water, gin and tonic. Okay, I'm glad you're eating and drinking. All of you who read the Expanse books and enjoy them should read Revelation Space Series. Okay, a nice recommendation. I'm red as rain. We're still talking about when we're starting. If I had a tonic in the house, I sure as hell have one right now. Me too. And Barbie doll. Not sure what that's about. Rodent, I'm dying. This is brilliant. I think Cass knows better than to be on time to his own party. Evan, I resemble that remark, but I was right on time for my delay. I said I was going to be here delayed at 8:30, and boom, 8:30, boom, right there for my late arrival. Everyone hit the like button. Yes, thank you. Any word on book 9? Well, the only word I have on book 9 is that it's coming. I'm kind of scared. I talked to Daniel about it. I said, do you know how book 9 is going to end? And they go, oh yeah, we know exactly how it's going to end. and he looked at me menacingly. So I was kind of upset and disturbed by that. So I kind of don't ask. I want to read book 6. I wish I had book 6. I have all sorts of books here, except I don't have book 6. I had a whole suitcase full of books. I gave away the book 6s, so I gotta wait to get book 6. I could have been reading it right now. Okay, how am I holding up in isolation? We'll get to that. Alex is my hero. Aw, me too. Thank you. Donkey Balls back at you! Donkey Balls is kind of what the situation that we're in right now. So, hey, how about everybody just give me a big shout, type out Donkey Balls. And I love the hearts. Keep them coming. Yeah, we can start a rewatch right now for me. Okay. So, when I'm done, put your comments in the comment section on YouTube and on Instagram. Let me know if I want to see how many people would be into a live stream type thing instead of gaming and watching me game. We'll binge watch seasons 1 to 4 together. I haven't done it this year. I usually watch the season, as many of them as I can before I start shooting a new season, because I really love the energy and the vibe that I get. I love season 1. What is it about season 1 that is so different that I fall in love with? There's a depth and a texture and a richness to it that I just love. And it's so brand new and it's so awkward and fresh, but I love it. So, I don't know. I'll do it again. Watch party. Let's do a watch party. I would love that. I mean, we're going to be here for a while, so let's have fun. So, do like a Mystery Science Theater. Yeah, commentary while we're watching. I'll tell you stories. I'll tell you about all the goofy things that Wes and Steven did on set. And then they'll text me and threaten me, and I'll say, you can't touch me because we're in social isolation. So you're going to have to wait until we're allowed to be in contact. So I'm kind of untouchable. How's it going? I'm doing good. I'm trapped in Toronto. Well, trapped might not be the right word, but I got caught in Toronto. I came here for work, and then it all got canceled. And I kind of lazily just hung out and talking to friends here and stuff like that, and I let too much time go by, and then lockdown happened. So I'm still trying to get through the YouTube things. What I suggest is, what is my workout routine? Actually, I've been trying to do workout while I've been here. All I've got is my yoga ball. I've got some 25-pound dumbbells, and I've got a pull-up bar, which I use for push-ups as well. So that is all I got to work, and I'm doing pretty good. The big thing is eating well. Binge watching would be great. I was stuck in LA for 10 days, and I'm happily back in the UK. Oh, thank God you got home. I didn't want to risk it because traveling, I got a history of some respiratory stuff in the family. Didn't want to risk it because those are the people that are most at risk. So let's see. Okay, I think I'm near the end. If I didn't answer your question, YouTubers, I'm going to switch to Instagram now. Hold off on your comments, YouTube. Hold off, because I'm going to switch to Instagram and try and go through. And if I didn't answer you, feel free to ask again, okay? There is something really cool I want to talk about and kind of run it by you. Okay. Let's see, Instagram. Damn, you guys are wild and crazy with the comments. Oof. Okay, join. Waving right back at you guys. Love you guys. Thanks for bringing Alex to life. Picture you when I read the books. Thank you. I love Alex. I can honestly say I don't fall in love with every character that I play, but Alex definitely. Millions of waves. I wave right back at you guys. I love you, and I'm sorry it took me so long to get here. Like I said, I needed to get my head together. Alex is the best, Scott. Thank you, man. Loved your character on The Expanse. Thanks for portraying a realistic Southern character. Oh, well, thank you very much. That's thank you kindly for that. I do take it seriously. I'm not from the South. I'm from Canada, but I do have some very close friends of mine who are from Texas, and Wes, who plays Amos, is from Georgia, and so I consult on occasion to make sure that things I'm saying, how I'm saying them, are in the right vernacular and are accurate. Okay, so super fun. Yes, that would be super fun. I'm assuming you're talking about. Oh shoot! I'm assuming you are talking about doing the live stream. Okay. All right. Let's get back here. Okay. I don't know why this is giving me a headache, but it is. Would love a live chat commentary. Okay, why are you off center? Man, because I got YouTube and Instagram. There, hopefully that's centered. Congratulations on the nomination for the show. Yeah, we got nominated, guys. We got nominated for Hugo's Best Sci-Fi, I think it's Best TV Series, because we're up against New Girl, which is amazing because I love that show. Not New Girl, I'm sorry. Good Place. Not New Girl. Good Place. We're up against Good Place. And is The Good Place considered science fiction, or is it just general television? I don't know. But we're nominated for Best Series, and we're also nominated for an episode. I think it was Cibola Burns. Cibola Burns, however it's pronounced, was nominated as the episode. I'm doing great, Haas. Large glass of Cabernet would be lovely right now. I'm having a Babylon Express, which is quite tasty. Ooh, I wonder what that is. I made myself, this is what I've been doing to stay healthy. Slow down, YouTube. I'm on Instagram right now. This is homemade chicken soup with chicken bone broth, because I've kind of been focusing on staying healthy, immune system and all that. So I make a little chicken soup once in a while and try and eat as healthy as I can. I've actually turned into a bit of a cook. Aside from The Expanse, what's my favorite book? Ooh. I'm a huge Asimov fan, fantasy fan. Lord of the Rings kicked my ass, loved it. But then I can find some really interesting, like Pillars of the Earth. I don't know if you guys ever read that. It's a period piece about the building of cathedrals. Fantastic. Ken Follett, wonderful. Are you quarantining alone? Yes, I am. I have, on occasion, I have Ginger, my sweet little puppy that I was fostering and am fostering, but I share it with one other person. And otherwise than that, I am alone, and that's an interesting experience. Donkey balls. I turn into Alex every time I drive on my own. I like to hear that. Thank you. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but it's good to hear. Yes, sir, fun. I love the idea of the binge watch. Let's do it. Donkey balls. Greetings from Germany. Gute Nacht. Good Nacht to all of you in Germany. Oh man, what is going on here with this? It's constantly bothering me here in the screen. How's the filming for season 5? We are done. Season 5 is wrapped, peoples. Wrapped in a bag. We finished that puppy literally 2 weeks before lockdown happened. We were so unbelievably lucky. We got all of our pickup shots, we got our missing stuff, and it went into post, and we wrapped like end of February, and then a week, 2 weeks later, Corona hit, and we were like, thank God, which means I don't know how post-production is affected by the lockdown. I don't know if people can work remotely in post-production. That's something I'm not familiar with. But if post can happen in post-production, it means that maybe season 5 is going to be coming out. I'm sure they'll tell us. As soon as I know, I'll tell you guys. Less blue and more gray. What do you think of Brazil? Love the Expanse panel at CCXP. Oh, I love Brazil. We loved Brazil. CCXP was mind-blowing. I'm not sure what less blue and more gray means, but I'll ponder on that philosophical statement. Salam Kasjan. Oh, someone's speaking Farsi to me. Salam. Halashama. I'm wearing my Expanse t-shirt right now. Yes! And I'm wearing get your ass back to Mars. I thought it was appropriate. CQB, one of my top 3 episodes, absolutely. CQB, season 1, episode 4, CQB. Some of the most amazing stuff happens in that episode. It is the episode that launches the series, quite honestly, because after CQB, it is a roller coaster that doesn't stop for 4 seasons. So I share your opinion, Rouge02. Thanks for the distraction. You're more than welcome. I needed it too. Season 1 also had some desaturated color that I honestly love. Yeah, season 1 there was a whole blue thing going on. Very interesting. I liked it too. Very, very interesting. Lots of waves, lots of love. I saw you at LAX in January. Was too shy to say hi though. In security line, don't be too shy. I mean, in security, maybe don't say hi to me when I'm in the security line, but afterwards, come and shake my hand, say hi, and let me know what you think of the show. I love that. What are you drinking? Tea? Yes. Actually, no, not tea. So for all you guys, healthy remedy, warm water with slices of organic lemon. I drink this all day. Super awesome for you. Hydrate and lots of cool stuff in the lemon that keeps you healthy. I am a bit of a healthy guy, and I pick up all these little things from different cultures and different people. So I'll just pass on what I got. You use it if you want. Take it with a grain of salt. Hello from New York. I'm with you. Your beard looks nice. Thank you. It was really bushy yesterday. I trimmed it down a bit to try and be respectable. But it was kind of season 1 Canterbury size. So, what is your favorite line from Alex? I love Alex's heart. I love things like, the cheese ain't real, the wheat ain't real, but the love that went into it is. That's really a line that kind of is indicative of Alex. They call him the heart of the Rossi in the writing room, and I really like that part of him. He's the guy that in the middle of a battle will say, "Hey, to Holden, cool your jets, brother. Our family needs us. Leave the proto-molecule creature. We got to go." I love that. I love that aspect of him because he's the only guy. He's the only guy in this universe that is kind of keeping everyone bonded and together. Everyone else is trying to save the universe. Alex doesn't care about politics, and he doesn't care about the universe. Well, I mean, he cares about the universe, but he just wants to live in his little introverted bubble. You killed it in this season. Oh, thank you, man. Season 4. I kill it. Fantastic actor. Cheers, Cass. Thank you. Donkey ball. Donkey balls. How do we know the SFX guys, editors, are still able to work at home? We don't. I don't know. I guess I can look into it for you guys and see if it's happening. Do you have a favorite episode of the show? CQB is one of them. The last 2 episodes of the past 2 seasons have been really good. And I loved the Battle of Thoth Station in season 2. Where we're all like getting the air out of the ship and we're putting on our helmets and we're all getting ready for our very first ever space battle. It was so tense, so stressful, all sorts of stuff going on. That was an awesome sequence, the Battle of Thoth Station. Donkey Ball is obviously one of my all-time favorite episodes. So much going on in that, and the Slingshot episode and my Hank Williams episode, that was all in the same cluster. I love those. You have great online presence. Thanks for the fun post. You're more than welcome. It is my pleasure. You guys deserve it. Amos and Alex are my favorites. From Georgia too. Oh, well, I will say hi to Wes for you. Hi from Albany. Thanks for doing these. If you weren't playing Alex in The Expanse, what character would you like to play in another sci-fi or fantasy series, book, or TV? Wow. Little question. I want to do a Marvel superhero character. I would love to play a hero. I wanted to play Moon Knight so bad my teeth hurt. Definitely wanted to play Moon Knight. I love that character. Mark Spector, he is such a complex and intricate character. He he's got multiple personalities that are kind of brought on by he's got an insanity that's kind of brought on by him being given these powers and all the crap he did as a mercenary, and he's trying to redeem his soul, and he's playing a cab driver, and then he switches to a billionaire kind of like Bruce Wayne, and then he's the god Khonshu's avatar who's supposed to rescue all the travelers in the night, and he's in conflict in his mind. All these voices are talking to each other. It's an amazing, it's kind of like what's going on in the Joker's mind, only this guy's a hero, but he's dark, and he's it's a great character. I would have loved to do Moon Knight. Pandemic delayed production of season 5. No, well, it might delay post production, but the production is done. We finished shooting it, so thank God season 5 is in the can. Anything good in your coffee? Oh, you want to know what I put in my coffee? All right. Starts with like a dark roast. Put a little cube of dark chocolate, some cinnamon. I know you're gonna laugh at some of this. Put a little turmeric, because it's healthy, and salt. Salt, a little bit of salt in coffee. Then I'll sweeten it with either honey or maple syrup, and I'll use like an oat milk or an almond milk or something like that. And what else is there? I think there's one thing I'm missing. Well, I guess that's it. And then I heat it up and drink it, and it's delicious. That's kind of my favorite. I call it my Mexican coffee. Oh, and sometimes I put in chili in there. That's why it's called my Mexican coffee. Okay, I think I'm almost done on the Instagram. You guys are crazy. I need to see Alex's conversation with the Edward Israel. Oh, yeah. That we're gonna have a serious conversation. Yeah, I like that too. I totally like that. Let me just see. I think it was my brother trying to call me. So as some of you guys might know, my brother is a doctor on the front lines. He's in California, and he's doing his best. And whole family's worried about him because he's an older doctor, and he's susceptible. He hasn't caught anything, but we worry about him. And what's really frustrating is that there's no masks and equipment out there. Well, not no masks, but they're under-equipped. They're reusing, and they're using masks and things like that for too long. And I'm kind of trying to do something about that, which some of you may have seen. I did a post today about a panel I'm going to be doing called HomeCon. It's a convention. Paul Amos, one of my buddies from Assassin's Creed, he played Jacob Fry. He organized it, and we're going to be doing an online Comic-Con. It's called HomeCon, and we're going to be doing panels and all sorts of cool things. And part of the proceeds for that is going to go to First Responders First. We're going to be raising money and sending money to first responders. And I'm going to be personally finding my own charity, which is focusing on getting masks and equipment in California to the first liners, nurses and doctors and people that are dealing with that. So let me see if there's anything crazy going on here. Okay. Oh, it's supermoon tonight. Did you guys know that? Go look outside. I don't see it right now, but apparently the moon is going to be spectacular. Okay, I'm going back to YouTube now. Where are you guys? Let's see what we got here. Salt takes the bitter away. Yes, it does, and it actually bumps up the flavor of the coffee, just like salt does with chocolate. Scrape this stuff off a match and put it in your coffee. That's a little Ade trick that you taught Jim. It's very smart. It tasted great, by the way. My coffee tastes great. I will make it for you next time I see you, if I ever see you. Have you ever checked out any fan-built replica props? I have only seen some of the more professional stuff, like the Rossies and things like that. But every once in a while, someone will bring me a beautiful Rossi made out of wood or cosplay, and we don't have tons of hardware and tech in the show, so there's not a lot for people to copy. But I have seen some. The Rossies are amazing. I love them. But what I was saying about HomeCon, if you guys want to participate, it's almost free. If you guys have an Amazon Prime account, which a lot of you guys must if you're watching Expanse, it's free to come to Twitch and sign up for it's subscribe to Twitch. If you don't have an Amazon Prime account, it's $4.99, and then that gives you access to a full weekend full of panels. And the panels are not just Expanse, but there's 35 celebrities. They're really big celebrities. I think I saw the Assassin's Creed team. There's a bunch of assassins that are going to be there. We're all going to do a panel. I'm on that. For those of you who don't know, because you only know me as Alex, I play the voice of Altair ibn Lahad from Assassin's Creed Revelations. And Paul plays Jacob Fry. And Victoria Akins plays Evie Fry, and she's going to be there. And I think I saw the cast from ERP. The ERP gang is going to be there. And a bunch of other people, some really, really cool people. And you get to watch all these panels for just the price of $4.99 or free. So it's a whole evening, weekend of entertainment. And if you want, in addition to that, you can also, for a bit extra, you can purchase a one-on-one interview with any celeb you want. So if one of you guys wants to talk to me, we'll do this, and we'll talk back and forth, and I won't be looking at anything because we'll be talking Skype, and I'll welcome you into my home. And you can do that with any of the celebrities there. And 10% of the proceeds go to first responders first, and most of the actors are going to be donating to charities of their choice. And it's really just about the fans and the artists. It's kind of a really exciting deal. So let's see what we got here. Any news getting picked up for season 6? Oh, I wish. I think it's premature right now with everything that's going on in the world. I know that everybody's buzzing and talking about seasons 6 to 9, but nothing is definite, and I think it's premature to know what's going to happen until we get back to work, because the entire industry is 100% unemployed right now. So except for maybe writers, but anyone who can work from home can still work. But the rest of us are just waiting for the world to come back. You are awesome, sir. Wish you all the best. Thank you, Movie Fenubi. Loving the series. Looking forward to 5. Yes. Oh my God. Season 5, guys. Season 5. If you liked 4. I'm getting a little teary-eyed. Okay. Season 5. That's all I'm going to say. I will have a fan-built replica prop pilot's chair from the Rossi this year at DEF CON in Vegas. You're going to have my chair? All right. Well, if I get invited to DEF CON, you got to get me a photo, get a picture of me in that. I would love to see there. Hey, Kaz. Do you know the schedule for HomeCon already? Asking because I'm from the EU and we have some time zone problems. I know that HomeCon starts at like 11:30 Canada time in the morning, and it goes all day. Like there's going to be 15 panels over two days, and the one-on-one interviews are scheduled all throughout the day, and you get to choose. So you might be watching live a little bit later in your time zone. Or if you want to do a one-on-one interview, it'll be a little bit later in your time zone. However, I know that all the panels are going to be videotaped, and they're going to be live streamed for everybody who misses them. So you will not miss out if you join. Just subscribe to the Twitch channel, and all the details are on my social media. If you want to know how to find it, just go to social media, my social media, either YouTube or Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and look for the HomeCon post, and all the sign-up stuff is there. Were you really signed to Wales Comic Con, or was it a vacuum dream? Yeah, I was going to Wales. I don't think they called it canceled. I think they called it postponed. There was a bunch of us going to Wales. It was going to be amazing. I've never been to Wales, and I was really looking forward to it. I heard they're postponing it. Hopefully, it's not canceled. But again, this we gotta be reasonable and let people kind of get their houses in order again. Yeah, you're late, Turbo Soul. I'm the one who's supposed to be late. What is going on? Hey, Kaz, any news of work coming down the pipe for season 6? No news yet. We gotta wait. It's premature right now. Check out the cosplay. Roses Carolinian. Okay, that's cool. Wait, no. Oh, check out the Hermie5 on Twitter for cosplay. Hermie5, if I'm not mistaken, you are a first liner. I think you're working in a hospital, and you are a rock star. And yes, you do great cosplay, Captain Hermie5. What's my favorite blooper? Yours or another cast member's? I'm a big fan. I've told this story many times, but I'll tell you guys. I'm a big fan of Wes. Wes, he's a bit of a rascal. He's kind of like the opposite of Amos in many ways. He's very much like Amos in some ways, and the opposite of Amos. He's like a big kid. He's a big baby. He loves to do practical jokes. He loves to just tease the crap out of me. One of his little gags that he does is when we're doing close-ups, when they're just doing a shot on me, or on Steven in this case, he likes to be off camera, and when you're doing your serious close-up, he'll be goofing around. So the camera will be on the other actor, who's trying to act seriously, and then Wes will be in the background delivering his lines so that they sound good, but he'll be like making funny faces and stuff like that, and laughing and like pointing at you and laughing silently, trying to get you to crack so that we have blooper reel material. So one day he's doing stuff and something happened. He didn't pay attention, and they got set up for another shot. And then we're going, and him and Steven are doing their scene, and he's goofing around, making faces and doing his eyes, and then Steven's looking at him while he's doing this, and Steven's got this weird puzzled expression on his face while Wes is doing this. And then they yell cut, and everything's done, and Wes is cracking up. He's laughing his head off. And Steven's like, buddy, what are you doing? And he's like, oh man, I'm so sorry. I won't do it next time. And he goes, and Steven's like, no, man, that's not what I'm saying. It's like, the camera was on you. He was goofing around on his close-up. And he had no idea. Oh man, that was a burn. That was awesome. I think we got it on the blooper reel that year. Okay, so that's one of my favorite bloopers. In one scene in season 5, I'm on the Razorback, and I'm piloting my little face off, trying to get out of harm's way, and I'm like accelerating, and then there's a loud ear-splitting crack, and I've got the Razorback's joystick in my hand that has just rotted away in my hand, and I don't know, I was too strong or something, and I broke the show. So, yeah, not sure if they got that on the blooper reel, but we'll see. Thanks for being so available. It is my pleasure. I think it's the least you guys deserve. You guys are awesome. Can't wait for all this to be over and you guys be back at it. Yeah, me too. Sing something. Speaking of singing, you guys are trouble. So back in the day when the show was canceled, and we were doing anything to try and get the show brought back, I made a promise. I said, I'll do anything for you guys. If we get the show back and you help us save it, I'll do anything for you guys. And some smartass out there said, sing us a song, sing us a country song. And I was like, okay, I can do that. And some other smartass said, Upside Down in 0G. And I just kind of glared. So everybody asked me to try and work a song into the show or whatever. And I did my best, just letting you know. For 2 seasons, I'm like, hey, what do you guys feel about Alex singing a song in this scene? And I would choose a scene that had 0 gravity and he's alone, and maybe I could get away with it and production would take care of it and I wouldn't have to do anything. But that didn't work out. But all I'm going to say is that you guys are like a squeaky wheel, and in the same spirit that we relentlessly fought for the show, you have been fighting for my humiliation. And so all I will say is that determination and persistence usually bears fruit, and that's all I'm going to say. So keep your eyes and ears peeled. Let's see what happens. More to come. All right. Do you have a country music playlist for Alex? Were you provided? You know what I do? I have my little Alexa here. Oops, I just said her name. And I just ask her sometimes to play country music. So, but I don't actually have a playlist. I do have a few choice songs that are pure Alex, and I use it kind of like as character stuff. My favorite animal, do you like? I do love koalas, actually. They're very cute. But you know what I recently learned? Is they're not bears, and they don't have tails. I always thought koalas were bears, and they don't have tails. They just have little fluffy white paws and a little poof at the end. But thank God that the disaster in Australia is underway, and I know they released a bunch of koalas into the wild. You owe us a song, Tick to You. Hey, back off, Jack. Okay? I heard it. And yes, I owe you guys. You brought the song. You brought the juice when we needed it. You know you want to sing. Yeah. Let's just say I do what I got to do. What is this? Of Canada. What about you? Have you ever been to the east coast of Canada? Have I ever been to the east coast of Canada? DH 1984? I'm a Montrealer, dude, or dudette. I grew up in Montreal, and we shoot in Toronto. And have I ever been easter of that? Yeah, I've been to the Maritimes. I shot in Nova Scotia. I toured my Shakespeare company to New Brunswick and Newfoundland. So yeah, the answer is yes. But I am a Canadian boy, born and bred. Hank, definitely Hank. Yep, Hank is definitely on my list. What's your favorite video game? Favorite video game of all time? PlayStation, The Last of Us. Last of Us, winner of like 300 Game of the Years. Phenomenal game. Amazing gameplay. It's kind of like Call of Duty meets Assassin's Creed meets Walking Dead. It's awesome. It's like being in a movie and controlling the movie. The acting is great. The soundscape is great. The story is great. It's easy to play. It's terrifying. I would play these scenes that I'd have to get up and like fight my way through these different kinds of zombies, and it was making me so nervous, but God, it was rewarding and so difficult, brutally emotionally difficult, some of the scenes that we had to make decisions on. So yeah, Last of Us, Skyrim, Diablo. I'm playing Witcher right now, and I didn't even know this, but I found out that Witcher, the TV show, is produced by the Sean Daniels company, who are good friends of mine, and they are the producers of The Expanse. They're part of the producing team of The Expanse. So that's pretty cool. They've got The Expanse and The Witcher as part of their repertoire. That's pretty good. What's your favorite dish that your mama cooked? There's a Persian dish that called tadik. It's crunchy rice. I love it. And my mom puts slices of potato down at the bottom, and then the rice, and then the potato fries like a potato chip. Sometimes you put like pita bread, and it crispy rice. It's like a delicacy. It's so good. And then we have another dish called fezenjoon, which is made out of pomegranate and chicken and walnuts, and it's amazing. It looks like the worst thing you're ever going to want to eat because it looks going in what it should look like going out. However, my mouth is watering just thinking about it right now. A good steak, although I am trying to change my eating habits. It's harder and harder and harder for me to justify the whole eating meat thing, especially when I found out that we could positively impact climate change by eating 20% less meat in a week. So by eating meat 2 days less a week, or by not eating meat for 2 days less than we do, we could theoretically eliminate the majority of what causes global warming, because it's all related to meat industry related stuff. It's some of it's related to pollution and carbon dioxide and all that, but a lot of it is related to what we have to do in order to get meat in our tables in this mass produced world. So that's something that's been on my mind. I want to hear Dominic Tipper sing "So the Belcher Highway Song." Dominic's a really good singer, actually. I would love to hear that too. She's a very musically and obviously a dancer inclined performer. Very talented girl. Me too. I love Witcher. Mass Effect. Yes, I do like Mass Effect and Skyrim and Fallout 4. RPGs. That's my jam. RPGs. So, vegans are. Oh my God, the vegans are true. Methane, yes, and also killing all the rainforests for grass for the animals and all that. There's a million reasons, and then they're not feeding them properly. They're feeding them corn, and they're feeding them hormones, and they're mass producing the meat, and we're eating it, and we're accumulating all the crap that's going into them, and it's not healthy, and it's making us sick, and it's giving us cancer, and there's just so much that's not healthy about it anymore for the planet and for our bodies. 15-year vegan. Woo! Jess Jones. Good job. Montreal is my favorite vacation destination. I've driven up there from Massachusetts 9 years. Yeah, drink and get expensive food. Actually, Montreal is one of the best cities in the world in the summer and one of the lowest costs of living. Food, accommodations, and everything, living expenses. Now, I apologize to my Twitter people. I can't see right now, but my light has gone low on it. It might die on me. So if Twitter goes dead, I'm on YouTube, okay? Because I don't have a cable for my phone, and my YouTube will not die. I'm hoping it gets through the hour for you guys. Let's see. Thank you for responding to me. I gotta go. I'll be back. Okay, Emily, you're very welcome. I'm not sure exactly which one I responded to, but you're more than welcome. COVID shutdown reduced CO2 enough that I can eat some extra steak now. Oh man, that is dark. Turbosol, you are a dark, sick puppy. Yeah, look on the bright side. Okay, I gotta talk to you. We gotta talk, smart ass. Have I checked out Deus Ex game series? I have not checked out the Deus Ex game series yet. I've heard it's amazing, and what I really love about it is my buddy Elias Tufexis voices Jensen. He's the voice of Jensen. And Elias is also the proto-molecule creature in 2 seasons of The Expanse, and he was Kenzo in season 1, that sneaky little prick of a spy that ended up getting his comeuppance on at the end of season 1. Talk to us about dog fostering. As you guys may or may not know, if you look at my feeds, I'm a big fan of the dog fostering. I love these little guys. I've always been a dog fan, and I just can't have a dog because I travel too much and I'm working too much. It wouldn't be fair. But what I can do is when I'm shooting or when I'm off, I can foster. And fostering, for those of you who don't know, is the kennels. They're overwhelmed. They have too many dogs, and they have so much trouble kind of making sure everyone's getting proper care and food and attention and walks. So what they have, I'm losing my Instagram. I apologize. Come to YouTube. So what they ask people to do is if you can foster for a few weeks or a couple of months, you take a dog and you foster them. And you keep them while they're looking for a full-time owner. And it's fun. It's heartbreaking because you have to say goodbye to the dog when they find an owner. You become attached to it, you love it, and then you have to say goodbye. But in the meantime, you are giving them training, you're teaching them, maybe house training them if they're young. And you're giving them a much better quality of life than if they were in the kennel. Now, the kennels that we work with are amazing. They're loving and everything, but they have so many dogs. They can only give so much attention, and obviously, they're in cages and they have like they're not cramped, but it's not like being in your home and walking around and sniffing around and going out for walks all the time. So I love to foster, and you can foster almost any kind of animal. You can foster cats, you can foster dogs. I think they have rabbits, they got guinea pigs. So yeah, look up the Humane Society, look up the SPCA, look up a nice fostering association in your area. I've got people in Toronto area that I'm connected to. So yeah, the Martindale Kennel is where all the dogs come from, and Niagara Dog Rescue is the rescue that I've been working with. PlayStation Expanse game, yeah, I'm waiting for that. But if it's gonna be put into a good console game, it better be done right. I don't want no cheap ass Expanse game. No siree Bob. No cheap ass Expanse game. Only the best. It's got to be top shelf. Are there any space battles in season 5? I don't know if you heard. I was talking about ripping the joystick out of the Razorback, but I mean, you're gonna have to guesstimate what I was doing during that scene. Hi, moved over from Instagram. Thank you, Florence McPartland. I'm so glad you moved over. And I'm sorry I lost my power. I had 40% on this thing, but it wasn't enough to last. I just drained the battery right out of everything, but my YouTube is plugged in, so we're good. What's it like filming zero-G scenes? Zero-G is hard as hell because it's multiple layers all added up. There's VFX, so they'll put things floating in space around us just to kind of show, but sometimes those are practical. Sometimes it's not zero-G. Sometimes, like for example, a coffee mug is floating and then you gotta grab the coffee mug. It's on a little stick that's painted green so they can get it out, and then you've gotta grab it in just the right way and take it off the stick and drink it. And then when you put it, what happens is you put it out in space and you let it go and it falls because gravity's there. But in VFX, they eliminate that it's falling, they get rid of it, and they paint in the cup floating there. So you have to act like you're just releasing it and it's floating there, but in reality, you're releasing it and it's falling to the ground. So there's VFX, there's acting, a lot of core work when you're on. I did a scene in season 4 where I'm kind of standing up. I'm gonna stand up, and I get a phone call from Jacob, the husband of Lucia, and I had to lean over and click the button, like boom, like this, and so I'm holding myself on my core the whole time with one foot up in the air, trying to make it look effortless. So and just moving kind of like gracefully, like as if it's effortless. And so that's the acting part of it. Apparently, one of the only differences in zero gravity compared to real gravity is that your arms tend to float because there's no gravity pulling them down, and the muscles bring them to an equilibrium kind of right here. So that's really the only thing. There's no slow motion. There's no like walking through water type of action. In fact, that's all a myth. The zero gravity acting that you've seen in the past, other shows and stuff, that's a myth when it's all slow-mo and all that. It's not like walking through water. It's really fast because there's nothing slowing you down. So when we're in zero gravity, we gotta sometimes be aware of doing floaty arms. So Steven hates doing floaty arms. I don't know why. No, I guess I know why. It's kind of annoying. It's really goofy. You feel stupid. You're sitting there and you're doing a scene where you pass out and you gotta float your arms up and just like keep a straight face while your arms are floating there. It's kind of goofy, so I guess he doesn't like to do that. So watch for this when we binge watch all 4 seasons. Every time we are in zero gravity, Steven will have his arms crossed, he'll have his hands in his pockets, or he'll be holding on to a bar so that he does not have to do floaty arms. He hates it. And then Wes kind of saw what he was doing, and Wes kind of picked up on it, and so the rest of us are kind of holding up the floating arm team there to do it. I don't mind it. I don't care. I think it's kind of goofy and fun. And then there's wire work to get us off the ground. It's challenging because gravity's pulling you down, and it's trying to make your body bend, and you've got to be kind of like effortless in it. So a lot of core work and pretending. And you combine all those elements, VFX, wire work, acting, and all that stuff, and then you get a nice zero-G scene. CQB had a scene where we lose our lovely shed, that scene where the railgun bullet comes through the ship. That scene had everything in it. That was one of the most complicated scenes we've ever shot. Had everything in it going on simultaneously. Nourishment, bone broth chicken soup. It's really good. Have I ever listened to the audiobooks? No, I have not. I want to read the audiobooks. I want to voice the audiobooks. I would love to do a voice reading of the entire Nemesis games. That would be amazing. Is there any word on the Expanse merch available on Amazon or elsewhere? I know that there is some stuff on Amazon. It already exists. There's some limited T-shirts and some hats and some stuff like that. I know that a really cool Rossi model they promoted the hell out of it. It's a beautiful handmade Rossi model, and they have different levels. They have like the silver, gold, and platinum versions, and I think I'm getting one because I helped do some stuff with it. Can't wait, but it's beautiful, and they've got some other merch as well, so check it out. What's the first thing you treated yourself to once you were making some money in acting? What did I treat myself to? A computer. I bought my iPad that you guys are watching me on right now, and I bought a little tiny projector, that big, digital projector that I can take with me everywhere, so I can have like big screen TV on the wall whenever I want. I'm not a big spender in that way. My parents raised their boy frugal, because you never know when you're an actor. You know, it is bountiful one year, and then the next year it is stark. So you got to save your pennies. Hey, from Regina, have you visited since you moved to Montreal? There's somebody, Shravan Murthy. Shravan Murthy is in Regina, and those of you who know me know that that's where I was born. Regina, Saskatchewan is my hometown. I moved out of there when I was 2 years old, or so. It was just too damn cold. Just too damn cold. And I have been back. I shot a TV show called Little Mosque on the Prairie, which shoots in Saskatoon, very close to Regina. And I went and visited my old house that I have not seen since I was a baby, and I kind of recognized it. It was really weird. It was such a weird experience to go to your old home. In an alternate universe where Cass Anwar doesn't become an actor, what's he most likely doing? I think he's a space scientist, or he's doing space exploration, or he's a biochemist, or I was going into psychology, biochemistry. I think he's definitely doing some science. Or I ended up by accident realizing I'm a really good producer. I don't love it. I'm just really good at it. It's just that I happen to be really good at convincing people to do things that I want to do, and making people love and get excited about ideas, and having a big picture vision. So I have an affinity towards producing. So I might have ended up producing. You're a psychiatric nurse. Holy smokes. Well, then Tracy Metherall, I give you all my support and adoration, because that is not a job that anyone can do. You have to have a very special soul to be in the healthcare field in general, but in the psychiatry world, it's particularly challenging. Knowing what you know now, what advice would you give yourself 15 years ago? Ooh-wee. Knowing what I know now, don't try to give them what they want. Try to be yourself. I spent so much time at the beginning trying to fit into everybody's mold. Being so afraid of being typecast, being so afraid of all these different things that I wasn't my authentic self in terms of how I came into the acting world. I was trying to be everything. And now I'm learning in the last 5 to 8 years that what I have to offer is actually way more interesting than what I was trying to do before, which is satisfying everybody's expectations. It's just boring, two-dimensional. And if I could advise any young people who are going into acting, first thing I would say is don't. But if you're not going to listen to me and you're determined to be a masochist, I would say figure out who you are and bring that to the table. Because if you can bring your authentic self to the table, people will become magnetically attracted to that. It's way more interesting than something generic. The quality of the prints on the tees are really good. I did that for a living for a year. Oh, you're looking for t-shirts, our merch. You're saying our quality is good? Thank you. I'm sure Amazon will be very happy to hear that. Amazon doesn't tend to do anything kind of half-baked, you know what I mean? So I'm not surprised. What else we got here? Because I want to talk about what I want to talk about. Do you think Felsia and Drummer look a bit like each other? No. I mean, maybe on camera there might be something, but they're very, very different types. I don't. I think they have, like, they could be from the same tribe in terms of Kara and oh, Felsia, not you're talking about the daughter. Maybe, yeah, they might have they might have a little more similarity. I thought you meant Lucia, but yeah. But what's interesting about a lot of the cast is they're all mixed. Everyone's mixed race, so there's that interesting kind of can't quite put your finger on it quality that a lot of our cast has, and that includes, Lucia, Felsia, Melba, or Clarissa Mao, Julie Mao. They're all mixed, so nobody's any one thing, and that's kind of really cool. I love it. What do you think about if someone made a fan edit of the Leviathan Wake so it's just one movie? Because I might have done it, and it's 5.5 hours long. How can I Leviathan? Oh wait, all 10? Are you talking about all 10 episodes into one movie? You took 10 episodes or 13 episodes? You took the entire season and crammed it into 5.5 hours? Is that what you did? Holy smokes! Honestly, I'd love to see it. I would love to see it. Send me a link and harass me until I watch it. What would you be if you hadn't become an actor? Yeah, I already answered that. You should make a Rossi flight simulator with a centrifuge and a gimbling flight shell. Oh, obviously we're talking to someone of a science background. I would love to do the Rossi chair does gimbal, and I would love to actually go on a simulator. I would love to see. I know getting a couple of G's on me is gonna be brutal, but I would love to do it just for the hell of it. It would help me as an actor. Why don't you recommend acting? Because it is brutal. You have to be a masochist to be an actor. Any performing arts, any arts field. This is what I say, and I'm sorry it's cynical, but you should only be in the arts if it is the only thing that gives you joy, pleasure, and happiness. You should only be an artist if you live, breathe, and think it. You wake up thinking about it. It puts you to bed at night, and you are passionate to the point where you can take rejection after rejection after rejection and still keep going. You have to believe in yourself. You have to have a vision of yourself, and you have to be prepared to be knocked down and told no over and over and over again. Most people, when they go for a job interview, they get no a dozen times, and then they get a yes. And then they're working in a place for 5 years or 10 years. For us, we get a yes, and we're working somewhere for 2 or 3 months. And then it's no, 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 no. Yes, another couple of months, no, 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 no. There's so many no's. And some people are not equipped to take all those no's. It's really, really brutal. Even if they're really talented, they can't stomach, they don't have the skin for it. So I hate seeing people discouraged and disillusioned by the dream of the glamour of being an actor, and it's not as fun as they think it might be. Ever ridden a Harley? No, and I would love to give that a try too. These are on my wish list. Skydiving, going into orbit, learning how to ride a motorcycle. I scuba dived once, and it was scandalous because they took us down to a 30-foot wreck dive on my first try. Like, I literally got a videotape for 15 minutes, worked for half an hour in a pool, clearing my mask, and then boom, 30 feet wreck dive. Crazy ass yeah, you could have lost me there. But I want to get my PADI certification and learn how to scuba dive. Absolutely. Goodbye, Thomas Libanow. It was great having you. Who's the one guy who dislikes this broadcast? Time for a wedgie. George Puffer? I don't know what that means. Except maybe you know how much I hate wedgies. I don't know, George. Would you go to space for real? If you could, yes, I would go to space. However, after doing this show, I would not necessarily go to Mars. Before doing the show, I would have killed to go to Mars. But now I realize space is trying to kill you. It is hard. It is brutal. Zero gravity destroys your body. Everything gets all messed up. All your bodily functions are screwed with. All your metabolisms are screwed with. And it takes so long to get to Mars that by the time you get there, you're messed up. The moon, that's another story. 2 or 3 days, boom, moonwalk, back to Earth, boom, I'm there. I will be your ambassador to Luna. BFA in theater arts, went back to school for nursing, second career now as a massage therapist. I feel you, Sue. I do feel you. Yep. Yeah, my first dive, Cora. Pretty crazy, huh? Little did I know when I was doing it. They don't tell you these things in the Caribbean. How well do I deal with rejection? I didn't at first very well, but I got a thick skin, and I can't take no for an answer very well. So you say no to me, I just go around it, and I don't let people define me. It's just kind of part of who I am. I think I got it from my mom. Send me the link. Yes, I want to see that 5.5 hour season. Favorite sci-fi show? How many more seasons can we expect? If we get our way, I think everyone in this show wants 8 seasons. I think we could do all 9 books in 8 seasons. But we got to get out of this Corona world first and see what happens. Yes, we need an extra drive to go to Mars. Absolutely. Scuba's your passion? It was pretty passionate for me too. I fell in love with it. Saul Goodman, you're a scuba diver. Awesome. I guess you're doing scuba on Better Call Saul. That's funny. Season 1 is so dense. What could you cut? That's true. There's a lot of, yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know, man. I don't know. The Expanse might be the best show I've ever seen, and your acting is one of the reasons. Aw, Artistic Chicken. Wow, you just gave me goosebumps. Best show you've ever seen, and my acting is one of the reasons? That's like every actor's dream to hear something like that. Thank you. You know, I don't feel I'm worthy of that. How do you digest being said no? I mean, doesn't that take a toll on your mental health? How do you cope? I'm really curious. Honestly, you have to go into this business, and I'm sure it's with other businesses that have a high rejection rate. You have to go in with a clear vision of yourself. You have to know who you are. You have to know what you're capable of doing. You have to know everything there is about you. And when someone says no, they're not saying no, you're no good, you can't do it. They're saying no, my vision of this project and this role doesn't align with what you are bringing. I have a different vision. And sometimes that vision might even be someone who's not as talented as you. They look different, they sound different, they're a little younger, they're a little older, different look. And it's personal taste. And it's like you can't account for taste. Everyone's allowed their opinion, so it cannot be about who you are, and you have to know that, and you have to work to be the best that you could be, so that you know when you go into your audition, as long as you nail your audition and you feel you did the best that you could do, if you don't get it, screw it. You did the best you could do. They wanted something else, and that's how you deal. And you just say, well, you know what? Their loss, something better is coming, and on to the next, on to the next. I can't even tell you how many auditions I have forgotten, because I forget them as soon as I walk out the doors. So I can't even hold on to them. Maybe once a year, there'll be a special audition, something really amazing that I'll audition for, and I'll hold on to it, and I'll be like asking about it. Did I get it? Did I get it? But for the most part, 95% of the time, I just don't want to know. All right. Battlestar Galacta's hard act to follow. The Expanse is taking it to the next level. Thank you, Grady. I'm a big Battlestar fan, so I appreciate that. That is very, very nice. Artistic Chicken. I think I might actually be able to sleep after that shout out. Yes. If you are in a place and you need to go to bed, feel free. I will not take offense. We're running on about an hour and 5 minutes now, so I'm going to be wrapping up soon. I just want to get to all these things, but I do want to talk about something. I can't even believe the Expanse was going to be canceled. You and me both, brother, sister. Was there any topics you were hoping to get to tonight? Yes, MudSwitch777. I'm going to get to it. How much video game work do you do? I've done Assassin's Creed, Halo, Call of Duty, End of Nations, Command and Conquer, Star Wars Clone Wars, a bunch of other stuff. But everything I did was pretty cool. My favorite game that I did was Assassin's Creed. Played the first assassin, Altair. And I'm actually going to be doing a panel with the other assassins from Assassin's Creed this weekend, coming up on HomeCon. And you can check HomeCon out. Also, I wanted to tell you guys, I'm going to be hosting a panel, not a panel, a discussion on Yuri's Night. Yuri's Night is a big science fiction, not science fiction. Yuri's Night is a big space science event that takes place honoring the very first cosmonaut that went into space, the first Russian astronaut, the first human going to space. And it's in April on the 11th. And normally there's like 40, 50 countries around the world that celebrate this party all at the same time, Yuri's Night. And all these scientists and space travel kind of enthusiasts get together and they party like it's 2001. And this year, obviously, they can't do it, so they're going to do it online. It's going to be a big Yuri's Night online. They've asked me to speak. So I'm going to speak to the effect of what's been going on with the lockdown because I'm a huge advocate for the climate. And since I've been on the Expanse, I've been exposed to a lot of technology, I've been exposed to a lot of scientists, a lot of science, and I've been exposed to kind of the reality of what our planet is going through. And this is the topic that I wanted to get to, was this kind of 40-year expiration date they're giving us. If we don't clean up our act, we're going to get to a point of no return with the pollution and the damage that we're doing to our planet. So I have been trying to channel my energy now into that, saving the planet. Nothing else really matters. I'm a huge breast cancer advocate. I'm a huge humane rights, animal advocacy advocate. I'm a huge domestic abuse, bullying, veterans supporter, and none of that matters if the planet is gone. You can fight for things all you want, but if we've ruined our planet, it all goes away. So I've been trying to focus my energy and see where my voice can lend a hand to bringing our attention to the climate and the solutions which have to come. So on Yuri's Night, I'm going to host a conversation, and Bill Nye, the science guy, is going to join me. And I'm trying to get David Suzuki, and I'm trying to get Adam Savage from Mythbusters, and I'm just waiting to hear back from those guys, to talk about what the hell happened during lockdown. We have had a mind-blowing event take place. While we're struggling to survive as a species and get rid of this coronavirus, the planet has been healing. And it's incredible. I mean, some of the things that like I did some research. just to kind of put this in your ear, and hopefully you'll join me on Yuri's night to kind of see what the actual scientists have to say. But like in Italy, I'm sure some of you heard this, but the canals in Venice that are polluted as all hell went clear. They lost all their pollution, and fish came back in, and all the crap in the water disappeared, and not just fish, porpoises came back to the Venice canals. It's crazy. Are we totally going to ignore the 1829 had pandemic outbreaks? No, this is not the only pandemic we've had. However, what's really interesting about this pandemic is because of the internet and because of the global village that we've become, I think it's the first time that the planet has been able to respond as one species. We have been able to talk to each other and respond as an entire race, a species of humanity, and try and shut this thing down. Tony, you're a real smart scientific guy. Thank you. I am from that background. So, yeah, like Italy, the water went clear. Air quality improved over China like crazy. All the nitrogen oxide disappeared. Carbon dioxide, we don't know because it's not as easy to see. But we have to assume that if the carbon dioxide, if the nitrogen disappeared on the satellite photographs, that the carbon dioxide also was reduced. We have been united by a global crisis. Casey, yes, absolutely. I feel like it's karma, this virus karma for what we do to the animals of the planet. Well, I'm not going to disagree with you, Jess Jones, because if you behave like a virus and destroy your host, it's kind of poetic justice if you are taken down by a virus. And I don't mean any disrespect to any of the people that are suffering from this. I'm living in fear myself because my brother's on the front lines. But on the bigger picture, we do not treat this planet with respect. We don't treat each other with respect. And if you keep abusing a system, if you keep, just piling pollution into the atmosphere, if you keep raising the temperature of the earth, and you keep destroying our habitat and all these things that have been put in place, checks and balances to kind of keep things running in a balanced way, you can expect some crazy crap to happen. That's just how things balance themselves out. If you knock something out of balance, something else comes in to balance it out, and we have to change our perspective. We have to have a paradigm shift in our perspective, and we cannot and I'm all for capitalism, but true capitalism, not greed, but true capitalism. It breeds innovation, it breeds change, it breeds growth, it breeds development, and true capitalism does not mean profit at all cost. True capitalism doesn't mean let's make so much money that we don't know what to do with it and we destroy everything in our path while we're doing it. Make money, build brilliant ideas, make a profit, earn a living. It's great, but stay in harmony, stay in balance with your environment, and you can still make money. Maybe you don't make as much, but at least we have a planet to live on. The earth is very good at repairing itself if we stay out of the way. Yes, Indiana Jeremy, exactly. Do you know the expression called Anthropocene? We have Neolithic age, Paleolithic age, we have all these different eras. We are now in the era of Anthropocene. And Anthropocene stands for, this is the first era in the history of the planet. We have never, ever, 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 in our entire billions years of history that this planet has existed, been in a situation where one species has dominated the planet so much that it can literally destroy itself and the environment and self-eliminate. All of the genocides that have happened in the past were caused by extinction level events, like a meteor hitting the earth or something like that. We are the first species in the history of the universe on this planet that is at a level now where we can do it to ourselves. It's kind of sad. So, yes, we have to stay out of the way. People will never allow it. Great sentiment, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. Nikki Griffiths, I have a feeling I know where that's coming from, and I don't blame you for thinking that, but I think what happened to us in the last few weeks has shown that if we are faced with a global crisis, people will step up to the plate. You know, we just have to change our perspective, change our paradigm. Stop thinking in a bubble of 20 years. Start thinking in a bubble of like a few hundred years, so that we don't only think about ourselves. We can evolve. You know, we can go past adolescence and into young adulthood as a race. Post a link to your new cult. I mean, the cult of survival, the cult of being reasonable. This is a scientific age. Absolutely. Yeah, you know, and let's put it this way. There are ways for us to have amazing things, huge amounts of power and resources and electricity and all this stuff without destroying the environment. But it requires investment and time and energy. We have to develop solar power. We have to develop all these different kinds of energy sources. We have to develop fusion drive. And we know fusion drive exists because that's what our sun is. Our sun is a fusion reactor. And we haven't figured out how to do it. We figured out how to make diamonds, which, you know, a couple hundred years ago, we wouldn't have known how to do. It would have been magic. But we know how to make artificial diamonds now, which are massive amounts of heat and pressure on charcoal, and now we can make artificial diamonds that are the hardest substance known to man. We have no clue how the sun, we know how the sun operates, but we have no clue how to recreate it, but we're bloody smart, and we can figure it out. We split the atom, we can do this. Once we have clean fusion, it will change everything. Clean, safe energy. But we can go to solar right now. We have materials right now that are way more efficient than before. The problem is people aren't motivated because it's not as profitable. We've got all this oil in the ground and it's all this money. We've got all this system set up for oil and transportation, and we don't want to miss out on that money. So let's empty the ground, let's sell all the oil, and then we'll work on solar and the other stuff. And that's not the right idea. We should be saving the oil because we still need the oil. We need oil for things that has little to do with driving cars. We need oil for plastics, we need oil for medicine, we need oil for all sorts of really, really valuable things that once the oil's gone, it's gone. We can't recreate it. So let's save the oil for critical things, not for fuel. We don't need it for fuel. We have better options for fuel, but you got to spend the money, you got to invest, you got to do all that R&D and create. Be creative. Be good capitalists. Be innovative. Make some money. And once you crack that nut, you're going to be rich. All right. Sun's fusion produces less heat per gram than a human. It's just huge. Okay, interesting. It's still a fusion reactor, which if we crack that nut, like we can do some serious stuff. I don't know these facts because I'm not a nuclear scientist at this case. Yeah, if you think nothing can change, the people who told you that won, and I agree. Everything can change. I mean, what we're going through, and this is what I'm going to be talking about at Urine Night, is just something external has put some pressure on us, and boom, as a world, we responded. And if we did not have the internet and we did not have the global communication that we have, this pandemic would have decimated the planet because we wouldn't have been communicating with each other. We wouldn't have known what was going on. We wouldn't have been monitoring all the cases and all the incubation periods, and we wouldn't have figured out what to do. So our technology can be really, really powerful, but we've got to use it, not abuse it. Too many people don't see the inherent profit in clean, sustainable infrastructure. I agree with you on that. Job is created, and the reason they don't see it is because it's so much effort. There's so much work involved at the beginning. So much money, investment, time, energy. It's not profitable at the beginning. And people have gotten lazy. Easy money comes out of the ground, and they've got a whole infrastructure that they've spent 100 years putting into practice, and it's just a money machine. So why would they stop? If our only goal is money, why would they stop? Endure and survive. I'm just a pilot. Who's that? Peter Rowan, you're just a pilot. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, no, Alex wouldn't get involved in all of this. He'd have an opinion, but he'd keep it to himself, and he would only speak if spoken to, and then he'd lay it on the line. It gives me hope how many people are thinking and talking about this. Yes, I agree, Vivian. Fusion energy can solve the oil problem. Yes, it can. Yes, then we'll get an Epstein drive. Not only will it solve the problem, it'll also give us incredibly fast transportation in space, which then shrinks the solar system. And guess what's out in space, guys? Unlimited resources. There is so much minerals and chemicals and stuff out there that is just not viable because it's so far away. They found an asteroid out in space that is like 2 or 3 kilometers in diameter, and it's solid metal. It's a mixture of nickel and cadmium and all sorts of metals, iron. They estimated if they brought it back to Earth and sold it, it's too huge to bring back to Earth, obviously. It's too far away. But if they sold it, it would sell for $5 quintillion. And they think it's the core of a planet that broke up. But that's just one example. The asteroid, there's so many resources out there if we can eliminate the speed problem. David Honey, cast drive. Yeah, I'm going to call it cast drive. I like that. Hey, I'll take it. I'm not that humble. Throughout history, social changes follow times of strife. Okay, Ren Fem, so maybe we're looking at some serious social changes coming up. This was so great. I'm looking forward to you doing another one. Thank you, Stephanie Emrod. Thank you very much. It was my pleasure. We need to pay attention to the magnetic poles flipping as well. Could bring increased radiation as the field weakens. Yes, people don't know this, but the planet has a North Pole, South Pole, magnetosphere. The molten core inside the planet is rotating and spinning. This magnetosphere is what protects us from radiation. And from what I understand, sometimes the planet's poles switch. The direction, rotation, something changes, and the magnetic orientation shifts. And it doesn't necessarily mean that the Earth is going to have the same protection once it shifts. It could actually be less protected. So I don't actually know much about that. I just know what I said, and I don't really know what we could do to stop that. That sounds like some kind of natural process that is unstoppable. Turbosol. Not only is solar a lot better, but for environment, it's also a hell of a lot cheaper. My dad, for example, has gone completely solar on his house. He now gets a bill from the hydro company in California. They're paying him. He's lined his roof with solar cells, and he has an average lifestyle, television, pool, all sorts of normal electrical products. He uses less electricity than his solar cells generate. So he's feeding electricity into the grid, and the hydro company is paying him. How do you like them apples? Good job, Dad. Proud of you. And it was very easy to do. It wasn't even like this major crazy thing. Someone screaming my name, Kaz, Big Mike Vegas. That's very cute. 5'5", Cancri E, Thomas London, I don't know what that is. Adrian White True, I just meant that Alex didn't know how the fusion drive worked. No, he's just you're right. Actually, I would tell you, pilot's got to know how his ship works. A pilot has to know how his ship works. He doesn't know how to fix it, and he doesn't know the deep science like Naomi would know. But Amos is going to be the one to fix it, and Naomi's going to be the one to tell me how fusion operates. But Alex knows about fusion. He knows how the basic parts work. A pilot has to know how his engine works. They have to be able to do kind of like basic repairs if they are called upon. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Lockdown has changed the planet's ecosystem, or allowed it to heal anyways. Coal consumption, a fall in oil and steel production, 70% reduction in domestic flights contributed to the fall in the emissions. The biggest driver was a sharp decline in China's coal usage. Coal just Stop, guys. Why are we using coal? Stop, stop. What are we in like Jack the Ripper times? We don't need to burn coal anymore. God. Let's just put some energy and some thought into creating different technologies, man. Hong Kong, fine particle pollution, the most dangerous type, decreased 32% during the quarantine. Large particle pollutants decreased 30%. Nitrogen dioxide decreased 22%. These are huge numbers. If a consistent decrease in air pollution, similar to what we've been seeing in this isolation in February, lasts for a longer period of time, deaths caused by air pollution could fall dramatically in areas where air pollution contributes to the death toll, like China. The World Health Organization reports 7 million people worldwide die from air pollution. And that's just how it affects humans. That doesn't even talk about what it's doing to the planet. We are increasing our global temperature gradually every year. I watched this movie narrated by Alicia Vikander called Anthropocene, and it showed in real time. They did a time lapse of like a year and a half, and it showed a beautiful Great Barrier Reef coral reef go from vibrant colors and life and fish and plant life and everything, and then time lapse over a year as the temperature in that water goes up 1 degree. That vibrant coral reef turned white. All the life died, all the fish disappeared, and now it's just a rock shelf. And I had to watch this with my own eyes as this beautiful living thing died over the course of a year. And that's just 1 degree. The water raised 1 degree, and it's not going to stop. The water shelf, the ice shelf in the Arctic, the water has become so warm that it's melting the ice, and this shelf leans out over the water. It's like huge, and it's like the water is melting and melting and melting. They say, and I don't have scientific evidence to back this up, but I've read about it. They say if this shelf cracks and falls into the water, it will raise the level of the oceans in a week so much that there will be disasters. There will be parts of our world that become submerged underwater because there's so much ice on this ice shelf. So again, I don't have the scientific evidence of that. It's just, these are just things that I've read and seen. Yeah, so there's the ecosystem on the planet is finely tuned, and we're messing with it. So not only will we save human life, we're going to save the world if we can stop messing with it. A few months ago, I went through the Mojave Desert and saw all those solar panels, which are now able to supply energy to numerous sites in Nevada and California. Fantastic. Sue Richardson, I did not know that. That's great to hear. I want to know who put those solar panels in the Mojave Desert. I want to know who's responsible for that innovation. And I want to know how much power that's generating. Because that kind of information, why is it kept secret? Why is that not on every billboard? Why are not the energy companies and the oil companies creating entire wings devoted to clean energy to replace the oil? Maybe they are. They're just keeping it secret until all the oil is gone. When Alberta rebuilds its economy, it should go renewable. I agree. When's the next season coming out? I don't know, man. Tony, if this hadn't happened, it might have been the end of the year. I don't know. I'm going to find out for you guys if the post-production is working remotely. Nitrogen dioxide plus water equals acid rain. So nitrogen dioxide in the atmosphere plus the rain equals acid rain, which is highly toxic and damaging. It destroys plant life. It can kill animal life. It can damage property. And acid rain, toxic. So when you remove nitrogen dioxide from the atmosphere, you're removing this chemical toxin from being created when it rains. My friend works there cleaning them daily, the solar panels. That's a pretty cool job, Cora. Solar panel cleaner. Wow. must have a great tan. Nature just had an article where scientists discovered an ancient forest under Antarctica. An ancient forest under Antarctica from 140 million years ago. That would have been nuts with no ice cap. Holy crap. This would have been a very different planet if those ice caps didn't exist. People are more willing to help the elders. Yes, they are. In North Inuit, give them access to water, purification, and cheap electricity. Yeah. Yeah. Tell Jeff Bezos to put season 5 out already, man. What's next for Cass after the lockdown? Well, I've got these 2 things happening this coming weekend. HomeCon, which is the first internet Comic-Con I've ever done, which I hope you guys all join me on. Like I said, if you have an Amazon Prime membership, it's free. Otherwise, it's $5, and you are all welcome. And if you want to do one-on-one interviews with some of these celebrities, that's available at an extra cost to you guys as well. I would love to talk to each of you one-on-one, just you and me, shoot the shit. Let's do it. After this, I came up to Toronto to do a bunch of stuff, and it all got canceled. I just sent off an audition for Disney, so we'll see how that goes. And usually what I do during this time between seasons is I do some feature films. Last year I did The Operative, and I did a show called Cardinal, which is actually airing today. For those of you in Canada, it's on Crave and it's on CTV. I think it's every Sunday, and it's an amazing murder mystery series, and I play a great character in it that I loved. I had a lot of fun in it, and it's the last season of Cardinal. So watch it on Crave if you want to do no commercials, or watch it on CTV if you don't want to do Crave. And that's happening right now. Started yesterday, I think. And normally I do feature films, and none of that's happening right now, so I'm kind of lonely, twiddling my thumbs. So I'm trying to find other stuff. So I'm trying to stay in shape, trying to eat well, stay healthy, wait for the temperature to change, and wait for our governments respectively to come with some solutions on helping get things under control. From what I've heard, because my whole family's in the medical industry, we are starting to have an impact. Our social distancing and our lockdown is preventing a bad situation from having gotten even worse. So congratulations, keep doing it. Be vigilant, don't get bored, don't get restless. It really is life and death for some people. Even if you are not at risk, if you spread it to someone, you could literally give them a disease that kills them. And be careful if you have pets. This is one thing I found out. The jury is out with regards to if animals can contract the disease. They say a tiger caught it. Somebody said a dog died, and somebody said a cat died. So there's no evidence about whether animals can contract the disease, but they do say the virus can survive for hours, if not days, outside on some surfaces. So a dog's fur is a surface. So even if the dog cannot get sick, it can transfer the disease to you, its master, if you pet it and then touch your face or whatever. So be very careful about that. Whenever you're in proximity of other people, wear a mask, a scarf, a bandana. It doesn't have to be a surgical medical mask. It's not supposed to be something that prevents viruses from getting to you. It's supposed to stop you from spreading your viruses, which it can do. You don't need something airtight and hermetically sealed to prevent the viruses from getting to you. We all need to be wearing something that prevents us from spraying the viruses out. That will actually accomplish the same thing. So anything over your mouth and nose does that, as long as it's not porous and full of holes like, a macrame doily or something like that. But be careful about your animals, okay? Don't let them play with other dogs, unfortunately. Don't let them go to other people, unfortunately, because the dogs and the people could have the virus on them, and then it comes home with you. It's not snowing in Toronto, Evan. You love the idea of an online con? HomeCon. Come to HomeCon. Go to homeconofficial.com, subscribe, and I'll see you this weekend. You don't need to. You can just sign on from any country in the world. It'll be on Twitch. If Thomas Jane is going to stick with the show even behind the camera, I can confirm that Thomas Jane was behind the camera in season 5. So enjoy that. Who the hell disliked? Oh, I don't know. Artistic Chicken. You stand up for me. Stand up for me. Some people don't like it because I talk too much. Thanks again for the community engagement, Cass. Wishing you the best for you, brother. Thank you. It is 2 now. Okay. So we've been on an hour and a half. This is my long overdue cast chat, so I'm going to end it. It's 10 p.m. here. And let's just say. All right. You coming? Nice. No, don't abandon your pets. Sending all my love. Good night, everybody. Good night, Indiana. Good night, Turbo Soul. Good night, Peter. Good night, David. Good night, Vivi. Good night, Tony. Good night, Christy. Good night, Artistic Chicken. Riddick, have a good one. And I wish you all the best. I love you. And I'll try and stay in touch. I will not be online until after Yuri's night, until after HomeCon. But I would love to see you guys at HomeCon. Come see the panels, come enjoy the festivities, and come book a one-on-one with me. I would love it. And for those of you who are skeptical, remember, it's a charity event. At least 10% of the proceeds go to charity first responders. Most of the artists are going to be contributing to their own charities of choice. I'm going to be looking for a charity that is going to be giving masks and equipment to doctors and nurses during this time period, because they're very short supplied and it's dangerous. People are reusing equipment and they shouldn't be. So come to HomeCon, support your frontliners, and have an amazing time. Good night, everybody. And I'm going to see, where do I go to turn it off? Okay, here we go. Good night, guys. Donkey balls. Love you.